I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day.
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
A very lovely morning to you and welcome to Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. This very lovely Saturday morning, today being the 13th day in the month of September in the year 2025, wherever you are listening to us from and wherever you may be, and irrespective of whatever you may be doing at this point, it's always a pleasure to welcome you to the show, the biggest political program in the entire sub-Saharan Africa, and we are glad to welcome you. We are glad that you are there for us, and we're also glad that you are ready to participate in this very conclave, because what we do here is nothing short of conclave, where we look at these topical issues, dissect them with the lengths of objectivity, try to drill every guest we have before us, everything we need to know, and we've been doing that and we'll be keeping faith with that. Thank you so much once again for joining us. My name is Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki, the Honorable Speaker, and as usual, We are going to have a guest this very morning, but we're going to have, from the look of things, only one guest. And then we will welcome him by the time he arrives. We will let you know who he is and what he stands for. By the time we start to question him, you understand where we're coming from. But we're going to also serve you the political roundup stories across the country and things you should know. And we'll also let you know developments in Anambra State. And we'll also give you opportunity to ask me any question at all. And I know many of you have been craving that I should have a program where there will be no guests and we'll be talking and doing the talking alone. All right, you're welcome once again. For those of you who may be joining us from different parts of the world, and I know that there are many people who follow this program from different parts of the world, we salute you. We salute your fidelity. We salute whatever you've been doing to ensure that we serve you better. For those of you who are in New York, it's 9 minutes than the hour of 4 a.m. in New York. And for some of you who are in Germany, it's 9 a.m. It's 9 minutes than the hour of 10 a.m. in Germany. And for those who are in China, it's 10 minutes than the hour of 4 p.m. in China. Those of you who are in India, it's about 40 minutes than the hour of 1 p.m. in India. For those of you who are in Johannesburg and some parts of South Africa, it's 10 minutes than the hour of 10 a.m. in South Africa. And for those of you who are in Jerusalem, somewhere around even Saudi Arabia, it's about 10 minutes than the hour of 11 a.m. And for those of you who are in United Arab Emirates, Dubai, is about 10 minutes than the hour of 12 noon. So wherever you are listening to us from, it's always a pleasure. Not forgetting those of you who are in Canada, those who are in Amsterdam, those who are in Moscow, Russia, we salute all of you, and we know you are joining us from different parts of the world. It's a great thing to know. Let's quickly begin by serving you with the political roundup stories. As we are going on with that, we will also let you know certain developments in Anambra State. And before we welcome our guest is a politician and somebody who is also a legal practitioner and one-time local government chairman of Idemili North in the era of 1998 down to 2000, and once national chairman of Agon, and at a point touted to be the vice presidential candidate to Atiku in one of the elections Atiku had, and he has been a bosom friend to Atiku Abubakar, and there's so much. I will just stop here. By the time he comes, we are going to introduce our guest and we are going to speak with him. But let's quickly serve you the political roundup stories. It's important we begin with that immediately. The story making round the country, the prices of food items have crashed across the country, according to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kiare. The minister said this when he featured on an independent program on Friday, and he said President Bola Tinubu's interventions on food security have started yielding results. The federal government has said Nigeria is on the road to sustainability in the power sector. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabo stated this in Abuja during the inauguration of 2 blocks housing 5 training workshops and a 104-room hostel at the National Power Training Institute of Nigeria, NAPTIN. The administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral retired Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas, has formally declared the mandate handed to him by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as sufficiently achieved following the successful restoration of democratic governance at the grassroots level. Ibas stated that the peaceful conduct of the local government polls and the subsequent swearing in of the elected chairmen and councillors across the state mark the direct fulfillment of the presidential directive. The controversy between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers took a new turn on Friday when the Dangote Refinery asked the union to expose those behind the reported $18 billion spent on government-owned refineries without result. In a statement, Dangote questioned why the refineries in Port Harcourt, Warri and Kaduna remained comatose. Anambra State Police Command said it had launched a manhunt for assailants who attacked mourners during a burial rite of an 18-year-old boy in Exi Village, Ogidi, a Demili North local government area of the state. It was gathered that the gunmen suspected to be cultists stormed the burial venue late Thursday, killing no fewer than 4 persons and injuring about 15 others. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has intercepted counterfeit malaria medicine valued at over 1.2 billion naira in Lagos. The agency disclosed in a statement on Friday via its official X handle that its operatives raided a warehouse in the Ilesha Oshodi area where 277 cartons of the fake Malama Forte drugs were discovered. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has directed the immediate past Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited NNPCL, Mela Carey, to report at his Abuja headquarters daily as the commission prepares to arraign him in court soon. Also expected to be charged by the commission as some former NNPC top shots and contractors. And finally, the People's Democratic Party said the internal wrangling that led to the vote of no confidence on the Deputy Governor of Osun State, Kola Adewusi, and the ex-National Secretary of the party, Professor Wale Oladipo, had been settled. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting in Ilefe, the senatorial leader for the Osun East, Akindele Famuyide, explained that Governor Ademola Adeleke had stepped in. And those are your political roundup stories, and then we move on with other things we have before us this morning. We have got so much to talk about. Remember, just like I said earlier on, we'll be having a guest, and once we have his own time, or once he begins his own time, we are going to get so much out from him this very morning. Remember, this is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM this lovely Saturday morning. Going to begin the countdown to the gubernatorial election in Anambra State, November 8th. We are going to start the countdown. We know very well that it's less than 2 months, and we know the activities of different political actors, and many of them are ready, and some of them we are following a lot they have been doing, and we'll be briefing you about some of those things here. And we are going to begin the countdown to November 8th, 2025 Anambra governorship election. 56 days to the election proper, and we know very well that when you talk about 56 days, before you know it, it is over, and we know preparations are in top gear, and we are looking at different political parties. For now, we've got about how many of them that have shown serious campaigns, and we're looking at their campaigns. We've got ABGA, we also have the Labour Party, the ADC, the APC, and then we also have the YPP. I think these 5 parties so far have shown seriousness in their campaigns, but not on even distribution. We have those who are on the top side of it, and we have those who are on the bottom side of it, but there are those who are not campaigning at all. And I ask those who are not campaigning, what do they intend to achieve? If they don't want to campaign, if they don't want to ask people for the votes, and I can also tell you that there are those who have also placed campaign jingles and all that, and these things are running. But we are going to leave that, and we are going to leave the people of Anambra State in the Anambra for them to make the decision when the time comes. The decision is entirely theirs, and just as we know very well that it is not going to be business as usual, because we are all going to be vigilant, and we are going to form vigilante association, ensuring that things are done properly this time around without any bleak at all, without any bleak. So I can also now open the phone lines for those who want to ask any question on anything at all. And then remember, we are following developments in the United States of America. Charlie Kikes, the person or the mastermind or the suspect, has been arrested and thought he turned himself in. But before doing that, the father, who was sometime a sheriff, ensured that his son turned himself in. And the person, in fact, a lot of descriptions have come along the line about these very suspects. A 22-year-old boy, I don't know how this generation these days, just everywhere around the world, 22 years, you went to the rooftop and fired a gunshot and killed somebody. 22-year-old. For the fact that you don't like what the person was doing is quite disturbing. 0803-221-6973 or 0803-827-6694. You have the opportunity to ask Mr. Speaker any question you would want to ask him, and be rest assured that he's going to answer your question. And we are going to bring our guest by the time it's about 10 or thereabouts. And we bring in our guest, and then we just go on with that very segment, just like I told you earlier on. At a point in 2023 general election, he was believed to be the running mate to Atiku Abubakar. But what happened? Atiku later settled for Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State. But that's by the way. We're going to ask him questions around that anyway. He's going to tell us what happened and why it wasn't the way everybody had thought. All right, let's leave that at this point. Got so much to talk about, and then Omoyele Chowore and then DSS that's still on their fisticuff, and the accusations and counter accusations are telling DSS you can't get involved in anything that concerns Mr. President, that on issue of defamation, allow Mr. President to be the one to either see him not coming in there. You can come in at any slightest thing that involves Mr. President. You are stepping in that it is not part of your jurisdiction, it's not part of your mandate. Your mandate is all about coordinating internal intelligence and also ensuring that national security is not put at risk. But DSS, for them, anything anybody say to Mr. President could also be deemed to undermine national security. If you call Mr. President any name, how does it undermine national security? We have to separate these two lines. And then Chowore is insisting he's not going to delete the post or the tweet, and he's not going to delete whatever he has posted on social media. And there was also a post I saw this very morning, and that was coming from the governor's wife, where she challenged the deputy governorship candidate of APC on a number of things. And then if you look at the challenge, people are commenting about it on social media. And then what is that challenge? I don't know if I can read it out here for people to be aware, to be in the know about the challenge. And then probably I'm going to just take a time and then see if I can read it. And then the post says, 2 days ago, I posted a text remark in response to the barrage of fabricated inanities from Ushe Kwinife in her incoherent response to my husband's legitimate questions about her questionable PhD and inadequate GCE results. And then she went further to say that, noting that I would not condescend to her low level, I remarked that one should not exchange words with a madman because passerby may not know the difference. However, when the madman is determined to kill and destroy, as she boasted in her viral audio that she would fabricate outlandish lies to destroy my family, we are constrained to respond. Initially, we shrugged off and laughed at her hilarious tantrums at my husband's and I as the usual Uche's madness, but now that her madness has crossed the red line by even dragging my innocent children into the arena and setting to destroy them, Ekwinife has left us with no choice. This is a woman for whom I have cooked and fed together with her children on several occasions. They visited my house for her to sit down and fabricate and spew all manner of invectives and criminal allegations against me and my children without any provocation from us shows someone who can even kill. Many people called and asked me to ignore Ekwinife because, according to them, she's like a mad dog which has no shame or character and can therefore say or do anything anywhere. But I understand that it has been her rehearsed strategy. With every man, she has a political fight. I understand that her is a long one. I may not be able to read all of this, but I'm concerned about the challenge. The challenge. I think that's where my concern is. Okay. The challenge is oath of fidelity and chastity. You know, since Uche Kwinife's claim to be a converted Catholic, I challenge her for both of us to swear an oath of fidelity and chastity at any cathedral in front of the Blessed Sacrament. You mentioned screenshotting someone's name and putting it in your Bible, so you must know the efficacy of the Holy Book. We should also add the Bible with the sacrament. I will swear with my children that in my 55 years on earth, I have known only one man, Chukwuma Soludo. On your own part, you should also swear with your children on your political ambitions that since you got married, you have never cheated on your husband. There are other challenges here I may not be able to take on. And then it's getting messier, if you ask me. If you look around, it's a challenge this time around. Swearing before the Blessed Sacrament. Since both of them are Catholics, one a converted Catholic, and it has got to this level. Politics of Muslims, which we have campaigned against and which we have spoken lengthy against. But that was just the post from the First Lady. But, you know, it's just part of those things. I wouldn't say part of those things. And we talked about how Trump does his own campaign. He uses any word to bring down his political opponent. But people are saying that you have to stay on the line. Face the opponent, not the family. Face the opponent, not the family. But it's important that we get these things corrected, and we are here to do the justice. understand there are people who are calling already. Okay, let's take one or two calls. Our guest is also here in the studio, but let's see if we can just take one or two calls before we introduce him and then get along with the program this very morning. And let's quickly do that so that we can really get everything in place. So for those of you who want to call now, you can call 0803 221 6973 or 0803 827 6694. Hello, good morning. You are welcome. It's good to have you. Oh, sorry about that. You have to take it easy. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
SNWP, you are speaking.
SNWP worker.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I want to ask a question.
Please go on with the question.
Based on the position of United States Solar Administration, the allocation that is supposed to be coming to River State when there is governor, the money you see coming, number one. Two, if the money is coming, the Solar Administration, does he have right to award any contract? Thank you, sir.
All right, you asked question if he has right to award contract, if the sole administrator has right to award contracts in River State, and then if he has been also be having access to the River State money. But the truth remains that as far as the law is concerned, he may not. He's not supposed, but he has been doing that because the president allowed that. Let's take this one call and then we bring in the guest. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Yes, good morning.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Yes. Thank you. Henry from Onitsha, GRA.
Henry calling from Onitsha, GRA. Please go on with your question or your comment.
Yes. This comes from between Mrs. Soludo and Lucy Equity. She did not, explicitly, give us insight into what Lucy Equity advocates for Lucy Equity against her. Everything, to me, ensures that ambiguity. So what am I saying here? Let's happen on. If we say the chief, a prostitute, they are a kidnapper. So that's how they say, so that we know exactly what the
let me get your question again. What did you say? The last part of it.
Yes, I said the whole thing to me, sounds an ambiguity. Let's have it explicit to tell us exactly what the police say. I get it.
All right.
Even if the police says she's a thief, she cannot act. Let her say it's
I think what the deputy governorship candidate of APC in that viral audio conversation is everywhere. Everybody saw what she said, and she also admitted fabricating those things. That why she will be fabricating those things would be because the governor has been questioning her academic credentials, and at the same time insisting that he will not hand over to a woman from the south married to the central. I think she made these things known in that conversation that was actually leaked. So I think.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the first time that's really why I'm saying. I look at that I'm good. So if you can go ahead to let us know exactly she said.
All right, thank you so much. That's not, you're asking that we should let you know everything said, but that's not part of our business because it's not going to lead us anywhere, and we're not so much going to talk more about politics of mudslinging and what somebody said and what somebody did not say when we have a lot to talk about, especially development of our dear state and also development of Nigeria in general. Let's quickly introduce our guest this very morning. We have in the studio with us this morning Chief Barrister Oke Moaro, and you will remember he is the former local government of Idemili North Council. That was before the advent of this democracy. That was, I think, from 1999. And then I remember his fight against Mbadinuju regime, the one man that fought Mbadinuju to his standstill and did a lot, and then Mbadinuju roared and they also fought back. That is one. a strong member of PDP. I don't know if he's still in PDP. He's going to tell us that. And then at a point in 2023, he was touted to be the running mate to Atiku Abubakar. And we thought that it was going to be. All of a sudden, Ifeanyi Okowa came in from nowhere. He's a legal practitioner, no doubt, a politician of high repute and who has been in the game of politics for a very long time. You're welcome, Barrister Okemwaro Ike Abatete. It's a pleasure to have you this morning.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much.
You know, I don't know. I remember those days you were quite young, and then you are getting old. This period was old age like. I know when you were young, but more like if someone looks at you, you are looking like a grandpa.
Well, I don't understand the transition. I don't even know, because the only thing I can say is that after the war, we used to call my father Okongu. And my father eventually died in 1995, April. And to me, it appeared he was a very old man. But it turned out that my father was barely 64 years. And at the time we were calling him Okongu, at the end of the war, he probably was in his 30s and early 40s.
Oh, okay.
And here am I now, 65, and still wearing jeans and t-shirt and going all over the place. So this old age business and youth, it's all a matter of heart. It's in numbers.
It's a number. Okay.
Yes, you feel it. If you are, the ravages of illness will tell you that you are getting old. But beyond that, life goes on.
Let's quickly bring some memory back. I know that's not what we're here for. I know we have so many things to talk about, but for the benefit of that and benefit of hindsight, that those who also want to know your activities in the past, you were a foundation member of PDP. That is one. And secondly, as a local government chairman in 1999, even before the governors were sworn in, you more like fought the then governor, Chiwoke Mbandu. I don't know, were you the Argon chairman, the association? Because Wike was a mate. Wike was the chairman of Obiakpo local government as at that time, and you were the chairman of Idemili North local government, and you were the chairman of all the chairmen in Nigeria. You were the Argon chairman, national chairman of the Argon. I don't know. Can you give us the perspective and why you decided to fight Mbanduju?
As a matter of fact, I was not the national chairman of Argon. I was the national vice president and then the chairman of all the chairmen in Anambra State.
Okay.
13 of us actually came together to form Argon in 1999.
Okay.
The national president of Argon was a man from Adamawa State called Joseph Jela. He was the national chairman. There's myself. There's Joe Mamelo from Enugu, Ajibosho from Lagos, Suleiman Sadiq from Kaduna, Shaban from Kogi, and Esther Awudu from the FCT, and a couple of others, Dr. Shah Okorie from Imo, and a few others. We came together and decided that we will form Association of Local Governments of Nigeria with great assistance from Atiku Abubakar, who was then the vice president. And as a matter of fact, in a bid to make sure that we secure Atiku's support, that was why we made the chairman of his home local government, Joseph Jela, the national president. And when we formed Argon, our basic objective was that, reading the Constitution, we saw the imperfections and the problem that will come up with the operation of that document. So we decided to come together. And then, looking at the statements and the body language of Mr. President Olusegun Obasanjo, we knew that if we are not together as a body, 774 of us, that we can easily be swept off. And that was eventually what happened when the states started making laws Some state decided that tenure of local government will be 2 years, some 3. And so, at the end of the day, when we formed ALGAN in Anambra State here, I became the chairman of all the chairmen. A lot of my colleagues, some of them has passed on, were there with us in the trenches. Late Ima Okeke, the chairman of Orumba South, was the vice chairman. We have late Chooks Anna, very active member. We have late Godi Osele, and then Tony Okonkwo from Jikoka. We have Udoja Medu from Ayamelum, Kalista Machuku from Obaru, Monde Hama Ezobokbala from Onitsha South, and you have the old man, Hyacinth, I've forgotten his name, but he's the oldest of us. He was the chairman of Urumba North. And Ihiala, we have late Ifonani Ikudike, who was the chairman of Ihiala local government. In Ekusigo, we have Dr. Tony Obi, who was the chairman of Ekusigo. And then my very good friend, Anayo Jirike, who was the chairman of Newe South. And Mobi Chikwendo was there at Newe North. And so on and so on. Rafael Okeke, the chairman of Anambra West, and Fide Okafo was the chairman of Anambra East. Uyi was OC Ilozue, was the chairman of Uyi local government. And these were the men that came together in Anambra State and elected me to be the chairman of all the chairmen. I didn't start having problem with Mbadinuju immediately. No. Mark you that Mbadinuju was a friend of mine. We all practiced law in Onitsha, and in the Second Republic, when he was working with Jim Obodo, were the young ones who really were supporting Jim in the MPP youth wing. So Mbadinuju was not an enemy. But when we became chairman, we were elected 5th of December 1998, and we got sworn in 30th of June of 1999. And we started working very well. But the politics, what's really caused this whole problem was the politics of second term and superstition and what have you. There was this particular day in the lodge. It was, breakfast at Mbadinuju's table. And Mbadinuju was there, Forte DK, a couple of other guys, and later on Nabuchi. No, Nabuchi, I think he's not late, he's there.
He's still alive.
Of course, he's alive, very much so. And Forte DK was saying, that when Mbadinuju will be doing his second term, that this. And Nabuchi made one statement. Have you finished the first term of your tenure? Now to talk about, start talking about it. And then you've not even done 6 months of the first term. You're now talking about the second term. And by the way, have you bothered to find out what is the mindset of people like Okemo or Ikabatete, who is the chairman of all the chairmen? And I think that statement sank. Because for me, immediately we got elected and were sworn in.
Yes.
I was living in Onitsha, going to work in Ogidi. And if you remember that time, if you were living in Onitsha that time, you will know how terrible the criminal situation was. Along Oka Road, you'll be driving, the boys will come to your window, knock on the door, knock on the window, and then ask you to enter.
So there was insecurity at that time?
Oh, terrible insecurity.
That was in around
1999, 2000.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was terrible. And the road was horrendous. So for me, I made up my mind, because we were elected in December.
Yes.
And we had to we were not in office until almost 7 months later in June. And for somebody like me, I said, the very first thing I was going to do, since I'm living in Onitsha with my family, I must make sure that I do a road that will connect me to the express so that I'll get to my office as fast as possible. That was what led me to do a feasibility study on how to reconstruct the Akuso Road. We did a feasibility study, we did the costing and everything. It was about 1.6 million, 1.7 that will do that. Because the government before me had done the drainages of that road, but there was no earthwork.
That government was under military regime?
Yes, it was under military regime. One of the local government chairman, I don't remember whether it was Anyichie or Mekago, I don't know who actually did that drainages.
Okay.
But I saw it as a very good starting point. So immediately we came into our office. The civil servants in Ogidi brought a box to me. And I said, what is this about? They said that the man who left, who was in office before you, the sole administrator, said that this money, if you use it to cushion the effect of your election. I said, how much is it? He said, 2 million naira.
2 million as at that time?
I said, 2 million naira. For me? I said, what will I do to take it? He said, well, nothing, just, settle some stuff here and there. I said, how much do we need to settle this stuff? He said, about 120,000. So I called my PA, Annie Ekuni, because I just came back from America. I gave him some dollars. I said, go to the main market, change this money, get me at least 200,000 naira and come back. So Annie went to Onitsha, brought the money back, and I took 120,000 and give to the then head of service of the local government. I said, do whatever you want to do with it. So the carton of money, the 2 million, was given to me. And I called my man, the man who really anchored my campaign, late John Anikwe. We're calling Yaradua. I say, Yaradua, God has answered our prayers. This Akuso Road will cost us 1.something million. Now we have 2 million naira. There and then, that first day we were in office, I created what I called the Idemili Not Direct Labor Agency. I made John Anikwe the chairman of the Direct Labor Agency. One Afro Koye from Abatete became his vice. And then I called my friend, John Emera, a son of the great Emera dynasty from Ubo.
Yes.
I called John. I said, John, you had a lot of equipment. You helped me do this costing before now. Can you come? We have the money to do this road. And John Emera came, and then with the Direct Labor Agency, they went ahead. In under 1 week, I'm telling you why Nkwan Nabuchi had to ask Mbadinuju, what are you doing with, do you know the mindset of Okaro? My brothers from Idemili, who were with us, who were in the opposition, who were in Odera group, this man has not come into office, and he has started doing road. This thing is up. No, we won't agree. So they went to Mbadinuju and said, this Okaro, if you don't clip his wings, he will overshine, outpace all of us and get it. I said, so the governor said, no, why will I do that? He said, no, he's doing contract already, he's doing road. So they convinced him Mbadinuju. And then Mbadinuju said that I was reconstructing a state road. I said, Your Excellency, there are so many roads in Idemili. Please, this particular road, I'm telling you, is the road through which I can go to work. I'm not living in the village. I'm living in Onitsha.
Okay.
He said, listen, stop it.
Stop work.
Yes, I said, Your Excellency, the way you were elected is the way I was elected. This is in my local government. I'm going to do the road. If you like, go and do another one. Even if it is state road. When I finish it, don't pay me back. So Emera started. In under 2 weeks, we had a brand new Akuso Road. My problem has started.
That was where your problem started with him, Mbadinuju?
Yes.
Because of doing the road?
Doing the road. Because they said, doing state road. As a matter of fact, they reported me to the church. Late Bishop Alfred Obiefuna the Archbishop of Onitsha then, called me and said, okay, why do people start this Jinwobodo and Olisa Mbeki problem in Anambra State?
Oh, was there a problem between Jinwobodo and the Olisa Mbeki?
Yes, now over this Oga road. There was this road then that was going to pass through Ekweme's house.
Yes.
And then they say it's a federal road, but Jim awarded it.
As a state governor?
Yes, as a state governor. And there was a lot of
back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth over it. And all. So the bishop told me, I said, Your Grace, for me, there's nothing to it. There are so many roads. But we have already done this one. I am no longer talking about it. And that is how the problem on the ground started. And then, because of the insecurity in Onitsha, we decided, those of us, we were called the G4. Myself, Chusana, Kalista Machuku, Mondehama. We now said, there's enough is enough with these criminals. The godfather of the market politics in Anambra, Chief Godwin Obako Keke, GOO, we approached him and said, Oga, how can we live in this environment? He said, no, whatever we're going to do is that we will have to do what Abba did. If you remember, that Bakassi. We contributed money. Myself, Chooks, Kalista, and Mondehama. We went to GUO. He brought his own. Then we went to Abba.
I thought it was Mbadu that brought Bakassi.
The day Bakassi was brought to Anambra State, Mbadu ordered the arrest of Chusana and myself and all of us who were involved. It was my official car that we used to go to Abba to bring those Bakassi people. That was why, as a local government chairman, I was the only person that had access that can go to Bakassi office inside the main market and walk through inside there and ask for release of anybody that we feel that is not being that is wrongly held. We brought Bakassi. Mbadu took over because we said, Oga, we're not doing this for ourselves. We'll give it to you. Manage it. I said the day Bakassi came into Anambra, Chooks are under. Chooks was, they caught Chooks because Chooks was not aware. But I knew what the government were doing. So I had my own security around me. So the police people who came to, they couldn't arrest me.
Oh, so the governor sent
people to come and
arrest you, but their own security resisted them.
I resisted them. No, as a local government chairman, I was completely out of it. I did things that, believe you me, as a lawyer looking at it, I think I went a little bit overboard.
Oh, now you believe you went overboard?
No, even at that time I knew. But I just could not allow myself to be suppressed.
Or pigeonholed?
Yes. No, I could not. Probably that is still my problem in politics. Because a lot of people believe that will carry without power, without money. You can't put him inside the pigeonhole. But I said, for me, I owe you one thing. I'll tell you the truth. And I am steady fast. When I'm with you, I don't look back, I don't look left. You say we're going with an appointment by 10 o'clock. I will come by 9:45. I ask you, where do you say we are starting?
Okay. All right, I remember that period. You know, when you mentioned Chooks Anna, it was the local government chairman on Onitsha North. And then that name rings a bell at that time as well, just as your own name. Yeah. And then if I asked you, you guys were 21 at that time. I don't know how many of you are still alive at this point.
Well, like I said, all of us, it wasn't by age and all that. Chooks is gone. Tony Okonkwo is gone. Hyacinth Onwuchekwe is gone. What's his name again? Mao Keke is gone. And Osele is gone. Those who are still alive is myself, Silva Baslim, Amobi Chikwendo, Rafael Okeke, Fidel Kafo, Udoja Medu, Kalista Machuku, Ifrani Kudike is also gone. That is the Hiala man. Tony Obi is still alive. And and so on and so forth.
So, and then Nkwo Nabushi, I want to find out from you, what was his position at that time?
Nkwo was the commissioner for works and was actually the spiritual hub around which the government of Mbadinuju revolves. Nkwo was a man of faith who, despite all the glamour and the things that were around those of us who said that Mbadinuju will not be governor, Nkwo believed, worked for it. At the end of the day, after the primary election that Professor ABC won, clearly won.
Yeah.
We were the local government chairman who supported ABC Nwosu. He won, hands down. Nkwo still believed that
That would be miracle.
that would be miracle. And to tell you the truth, that miracle happened. And that election was cancelled. Emeka Ofo and ABC Ojiako, they knew what they did and they came in and took over the government. As a matter of fact, the person who really supervised the aftermath of that coup of removing ABC Nwosu was my very good friend, the present political advisor to Governor of Anambra State, Alex Obiobolu.
He was the one that spearheaded the removal.
No. Alex was the person who put together the structure that sustained Mbadinuju. Alex is a man with the brain of a mega computer. As a matter of fact, all the people who went to the House of Assembly were written down by Alex at the back of Ikenga Hotel in Oka. Ashorobi, who came from Lagos, I don't know whether he and Alex then were in school at King's College, Lagos.
Yes.
So when they came to Anambra, it was Alex that coordinated them. And at the end of the day, they went and did another primary, declared Mbadinuju winner, and then all those who has won primary election to go to House of Assembly were removed. In my local government, the person who would have gone to House was Frank Moloku, a lawyer. Alex then brought Alphonse Ewu, and so on and so forth.
And a lot happened. And that was where the politics of godfatherism started. And that was the birth of such in Anambra State. And I can also recall that ABC Nwosu cried, but Obasanjo compensated him with Minister of Health. But the point remains...
So first of all, was political advisor.
Political advisor before he became the Minister of Health. But the point remains that why would we entrench political godfatherism in Anambra State? Because there was a time it was rumored that the ABC Ojiako you mentioned and also the man from Orifite you mentioned, they were the two that brought Mbadinuju. That Mbadinuju was just an ordinary lawyer, a common lawyer. That people say that he had no money.
No, I tell you something. The people that brought Mbadinuju, the man, you see, sometimes you credit big men with a lot of things. The person or the clique that brought Mbadinuju to power and campaigned for him was led by Kenneth Emakai.
Kenneth Emakai,
the president's special advisor.
From Hiela?
Yes, Kenneth from Okija. Kenneth was the campaign manager for Mbadinuju. Kenneth, Nkwo Nabuchi, and a couple of these guys stood with Mbadinuju.
Probably they brought Emeka Ofo and then Ojiako to bless the unholy matrimony.
No, Emeka Ofo came in because they believed there was this fight, a subterranean fight of denominational supremacy. ABC Nwosu was an ardent Catholic. Mbadinuju was a Protestant of a Pentecostal ilk.
Yeah.
So when they were able to get Emeka Ofo, ABC had done his best, ABC had tried, but ABC didn't have the muscle to do what he did. Emeka at that time, Emeka was like a dinosaur. Emeka was all over the place. Emeka was ubiquitous. And he had access to money that nobody can challenge. It was Emeka who brought the money that they used to cancel the primary and then put Mbadinuju. And Emeka, I tell you something, Emeka is not your typical godfather, okay? Because he doesn't really believe in all those shenanigans. Emeka, from when we saw him and when we played with him, was a little bit fair-minded, although he can be high-handed. Okay? Emeka was there with ABC Ojako and the rest of the people. They put Mbadnuju in power. They shared the spoil. The godfather issue of the bad ilk was when my very good friend, Chris Oba, when they came in and decided that they would seize power, they said that the speaker, because the problem started with the speaker. Your boss, Chika Anyon, was with them when they plotted how to put a speaker other than the one the governor wanted. You understand? The governor wanted one guy, Ken, who was part of his
Mbadnuju wanted Ken.
Yes, we wanted one Ken for Nibu, who won the election from Obaru. He's a member of his full gospel something, so he wanted him. But the zoning arrangement was that the deputy, the speaker, will come from Central. So Chike was a member of the House of Assembly in the 1991,
1992, yeah.
Yes. So
Third Republic.
So with the SL and their group, they now went and brought late Bat Onwolu. They say he's from Central. Although Ken was from Central, but he contested election from the North, which is Obaru.
Okay.
So they brought Bat Onwolu, and Bat became the speaker. You know, in between this thing, there was this fight. Who is actually in charge? Emeka Ofo, ABC Ojako, who installed Mbadnuju. Christian Oba was not part of the equation that time.
At that time.
Oba now came in through Obasanjo and wanted to usurp the power structure. Emeka then resisted, okay, with ABC Nwosu. But Mbadnuju was a very pliant fellow. He doesn't really...
He owed workers. Nothing happened. Many strikes upon strikes. Roads were not done.
He's not a fighter.
And then if you look at some of the roads that were done, they were shoddy. Wheelbarrows were used to reconstruct road at that time. And then at a point, he was committing so much fund to Chris Oba based on the construction of new government house that was never completed. A lot happened.
You see, a lot of things Mbadnuju you can now say because he's not here to defend himself. Mbadnuju, then we say, oh, very weak. Okay? But I tell you something. I was in the government at that time. The funds were not as it is today. Money was very scarce. But the only thing you can say is that Mbadnuju did not manage himself very well and allowed Chris Oba and the rest of them to really manipulate him. Because when you now say it is because of the government house they built, how much was the ISPO? That is the standing order that the Chris Oba was being paid to complete the government house. I don't think it's more than 20 million then. But the fact is that the governor himself clearly lacked the vision. Like he said, the person who prepared to be governor was ABC Nwosu.
Why were they not happy with ABC Nwosu? Was it because he's a professor?
No, yeah, you see, ABC Nwosu.
He's from Nnewi.
The ABC was not the problem. The problem was Ofiadiolu, Joseph Okonkwo, the state chairman of the PDP, the foundation chairman here. They felt that A.B. Okonkwo is very dictatorial, and with the instrument of state in his hand.
They felt that the ABC was dictatorial.
No, Okonkwo, the other Okonkwo. Okay, that is Joseph Okonkwo.
Ofiadiolu.
And that Okonkwo and ABC were so close. So they believed that the instrument of state power resting in ABC's hand is like through the back door empowering Ofiadiolu to be what, I don't know.
So they felt it was too dictatorial.
They felt that the only way to stop Ofiadiolu is to stop ABC. And they succeeded in doing that. A.B. Maman, who came to conduct the primary election in Anambra, as a matter of fact, cost us He said, Anambra State, you have sowed the wild wind. You have sowed trouble, you will reap the wild wind. That is part of the things we were suffering until the stability started coming in with Peter's victory in court, standing there to make sure that he completed his 8 years, and then Willie came, and after Willie, now Professor Chukwuma Soludo.
All right, let me ask you, because I understand that even at that time, just one more question, then we leave that era. There are some speculations around that during that time that we had people that Mbadaju was committing state funds to. They mentioned Emeka Ford, they mentioned some other actors, even Oba. They also mentioned Uche Kudife. What was the role of Uche Kudife at that time?
Well, Uche Kudife is a small girl. Uche was a very small girl.
They said she was an account officer?
I said Uche was a very small girl. It was Moaro.
Okay.
I'm still alive. I was the person who took Uche Kudife to Mbadinuju at Ikenga Hotel. Uche was pregnant with his first child. She came to me because Larry, the husband, we're all friends in Onitsha here. Larry was working with our friend Ike Igwe. So Uche came to me at Ikenga Hotel. Then I was, as the chairman of all the chairmen, I had unfettered access to the governor-elect. So I was the person who took Uche as a young banker to go and meet Mbadinuju.
The governor-elect then, Mbadinuju has not been sworn in?
No, yes, he was governor-elect. And then Mbadinuju now said, when we got sworn in, bring her back to go and meet the commissioner for education. Eventually, Mbadinuju was sworn in. J.C. Balong became the commissioner for education. And we took Uche back. And that was what Uche was looking for, was SPEB. You understand me?
What's SPEB?
The SPEB account. This UBE, Universal Basic Education. That was what he told me he wanted. When Uche became when they gave him all this monetary whatever, you understand me? As a bank person, she played her card very well. At a stage in the governance of Anambra State, Uche and Ken Emakai. Ken was commissioner for works. Uche was like the government banker. You understand me? So the money was going through their bank, Standard Trust Bank at that time, and then the works this thing. So for anybody to say Uche was out there, the money she was being given the money. She's just their messenger.
Okay, she was the one conveying money around.
Yes,
to
it's
different...
the conveyor belt through which these monies were going. Because
and that was how she made her money too.
Why wouldn't she? Is she a dummy? She has to make money sitting there at the bank, even if it's just the brokerage. She got the government contract from the government. They got the government to be to become the customers of his bank, and the bank promoted her.
And you brought her into the picture, into the equation for the first time.
I don't deny it. She's alive. If you say it's not true, then we will tell some other stories.
You have a very deep story about Anambra State politics, and then you have seen it all. And we saw how Oba, what he did when Mbadinuju's tenure ended. Mbadinuju was denied PDP ticket, and then he went to AD, and then he got the AD ticket. AD was controlled by then Tinubu and then some other persons then. And then he ran, but you were against his candidacy as AD candidate.
You see,
but you left power around 2008.
Listen,
2002.
Listen, when we were living as local government chairman, we were still holding fort as PDP people.
Yeah.
Sometime in 2002, the Igbos congregated and said, we need to form a political party. Thanks to people like Chekwas Okorie, Chris Okoye of Enugu.
Of Yadule again?
No, Chris Okoye.
Okay.
Chris Okoye, the son of FGN. And then Professor Nebo. We started what was called the Friday Conclave, which we used to attend in Enugu.
Okay.
It was the Friday Conclave that actually gave impetus to the formation of APGA.
That was how APGA was formed.
Yes, I was the chairman of the National Mobilization Committee for the formation of APGA. When APGA was formed, led by Chekwas Okorie, with active support of Chubo Kadibo.
Chubo Kadibo.
Yes. I can tell you, the day they brought the certificate of APGA to Enugu, I was in the delegation led by Ikemajuku and a host of other Igbo people that went to Ojuku's house in Independence Layout to present the certificate of registration of APGA to Ojuku. You know, some people tell you story, Ojuku formed up. Ojuku was nowhere near
the formation
where we formed APGA. No, he was not.
He was brought in. He was dragged in.
He was brought in. But like Ojuku being a strong man, versatile, determined, when he came in, Chekwas needed some backing. He needed a foothold for APGA. But Chekwas negotiated with Ojuku. And then Ojuku gave his condition of that how he would join APGA, that he would nominate the governorship candidate of Anambra
State,
Imo, and the rest of them. At that time, myself and Ralph Mosu and one guy based in Atlanta, Gabe Okoye, were the principal people contesting for governorship in APGA. Okay? So, when they did what they did, Ojuku had already chosen my brother and friend Peter Obi. And we said, no, what we want you to do is this. Let us go to a free and fair primary.
Yes.
Peter had more access, Peter had more resources. Peter will win. Okay? If Peter wins, then our supporters will not say that we have taken bribe. Then all of us will come
and endorse him.
And endorse him. They said no. That it is only the executive of APGA that will do the voting. So when they did that and they endorsed Peter to become the
governorship candidate
of APGA, myself and Okenwosu, and then we left.
You people left because the conditions you had wanted to present so that the supporters would not see that you have cashed out.
Yes, what we had seen, the problem that was going on there at PDP started rearing up in the place where we just started.
But Ojuku was given the mandate to nominate. It was part of the negotiation.
That was the negotiation did not include us. The negotiation was done by Chekwas. The party was not owned by him.
By Chekwas.
In as much as the fact that we put Chekwas' name in the constitution as the chairman, I don't think it gave him that right to now go and solely negotiate and said, Peter Obi. You see, the problem is that people do things with impunity,
thinking that they are the alter ego.
They play God.
But let me ask you, because I have there was a time I interviewed Senator Victor May. He said he was the one that took Peter Obi to Ojuku for the first time, that Ojuku did not even know Peter Obi. And that he knew him as a businessman, but having one-on-one, that he went and then presented, but Peter Obi to Ojuku. That may well be. It may be Victor. But let me tell you something.
Okay. Victor Ume was not, I repeat, was not part of the formation of APGA. Peter was the person who created Victor. Victor was our man. Victor was the treasurer
of PDP.
We were going together. It was Tony Apollo, the chairman of the Catholic Laity Council, who brought Victor and took Victor to Peter. Peter bought 2504, kept one at Zodiac Hotel, gave Victor one to be riding. That was what they were using to be going round. So if it is at that time that he took Peter to Ojuku, so be it. I'm not only telling you that at the stage when Ojuku decided, after the formation of APGA, that he will nominate the candidate, he nominated Peter to Chekwas.
Okay.
It is Chekwas who will tell you whether he took Peter to Ojuku or it was Victor. I wasn't there.
Who introduced religious politics in Anambra State?
It has always been there.
How? Because if you look at Mbanojo, he was a member of a Four Square Gospel. And then you say that ABC would have been the governor, but then powers that be
listen and listen good. There has been undercurrent of religious politics in Anambra. As a matter of fact, we Catholics felt shortchanged
during Mbanojo time.
Before that time, I'm just telling you how it all started.
Okay.
We felt shortchanged. As a matter of fact, one honorable member in the First Republic described the Catholic Church as Akwụkwọ Baka, that we are large in number, but they don't use us to wrap anything. So that statement really rankled the rank and file of the Catholic Church.
Okay.
That the Catholic Church under Bishop Ezanya and one Reverend Father called Bato Kabuo now invited some of us to form what was then known as the Catholic Life Action Committee.
Catholic Life Action Committee, okay.
That thing, it started in Onitsha. We had a committee of friends in Onitsha that were basically Catholics. The only Anglican in that committee was one guy called Okeojibe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So at that time, we started sensitizing the Catholics that this business of politics should not be left to these Anglicans alone. You guys should play it. We started it not knowing that, these church people, both my own Catholic and the Anglican, they are very, I don't know the word to use, but there's one man from my place. You know what they call him? Anenya Ndoka. I said, why do you say Anenya Ndoka? Not Enwoke. Because when you give the church one plot, by the time you come back, it has become 2, it has become 3, and it's become 4. So anybody trying to accuse anybody of introducing the
religious politics,
it's not correct. Somebody may have accentuated it. You understand? But whether it has been there, it has been because some of us were drafted to do something to address it. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
And when we addressed it, and then the Catholics came in, they saw the very beautiful thing in the honey pot, and they decided that they should be licking it and staying
and
there.
People are against that. People are saying that it does not bring or does not give room for meritocracy, that Catholics are using their numbers. And what can we do to stop that?
You see, let me tell you something. I don't know about not bringing meritocracy. I don't know the merit school or the merit agenda where if you had done a free and fair primary, like I told you, if you had done a free and fair primary in that 2002, Peter would have beaten us. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Because he had the wherewithal.
Had the wherewithal.
And you won't say that Peter doesn't have the merit to be a governor. You understand me?
Okay.
So, Peter, in his wisdom, felt that Anambra should embrace the charter of zoning which was done.
All right.
And push the power to Anambra North. And then Willie Obiano came in. And then today we have Soludo. Can anybody by any stretch of imagination say that Soludo does not have the merit to be governor? I want to.
All right. Let's because we have so much to ask you. One, your relationship with Atiku Abubakar. Why didn't Atiku pick you as the running mate? It was close. All of a sudden, it didn't happen. I wanted to answer this in a sentence because
in a sentence
you are so close.
Yes.
You were singing Atiku. I remember meeting you at a point. You are telling me, you confidently told me Atiku was going to win the primaries. You told me that primaries where Wike was rolling his head, and then Peter B was at the corner. You told me boldly, one-on-one, when I met you, that Atiku, I should mark your word, that Atiku will win that very contest. And it happened the way you said it. But he didn't pick you as the running mate, as you had conceptualized, and the arrangement had it that you were going to be picked.
Listen. You see, if wishes were horse, beggars will ride. Yes, Atiku Abubakar, when he won the primary, did call me and ask me, who do you want to be my running mate? And I told him, sir, in my Igbo language, we said, and he won't go there when we said, I said, the way things are now, go and pick Wike.
You asked Atiku to go and pick Wike?
Atiku is alive, I am alive. I said, pick Wike to be your running mate, then we can win the election. He said, okay, if we cannot pick Wike, who else? I said, why are you asking me that question, sir? What is the qualification for vice president? He said, okay. I said, yes, I'm qualified to be vice president. He said, you sure you? I said, yes, sir, I'm qualified. As a matter of fact, by the time we finished that conversation, and I was leaving Atiku's house to get back to the Bauchi State Lodge where I was living. All over the internet, the news has gone out. Okaro, the PDP MC, is being considered for VP.
The running mates.
It was people within that Atiku flank and this and that really promoted it. But you know something, for you to be a VP to Atiku and anybody at that time, you must have deep pocket. Okaro may have all the political sagacity, all the political knowledge and everything, but I don't think my pocket is shallow.
At that time?
Very shallow. So there's no way he could have sustained.
And I think we needed somebody who has money.
Of course,
and that was how P2B also brought his money during the time.
Precisely.
Because he told me that campaign, that's what you told me in the private, I'm going to let it out.
Yes.
You told me that P2B funded that campaign more than 80%.
Yes.
The one Atiku was the presidential candidate and P2B the running mate. You told me that P2B funded that campaign, that Atiku did not fund it.
We were there. We were there in Port Harcourt. We were there in Port Harcourt for the primary.
Yeah.
We saw what happened and we knew what happened. And after Peter was chosen, we went back to thank Atiku for choosing Peter. And then Peter, in his own wisdom, decided to fund that election. He did.
He funded it?
Yes.
Why wouldn't Atiku bring his money with all the investment he has all over the country?
It's not a question of Atiku bringing his money. Atiku brought his money too. Peter brought, but the issue was that Peter had more unencumbered cash than Atiku. Mark you that Atiku is a marked person.
Okay.
The government we are looking for. Atiku. This election is not what you see in your eye. Because if you go to this place to bring money, the government, they can go there. They will
close down that place.
Of course. So Peter is the most viable political operator in Nigeria because Peter operates in the financial world.
You once told me that he is the richest Igbo man. Is Peter the richest Igbo man?
I don't know who is richer than him, but let the person.
But you said that you have not seen anybody richer than Peter based on his investment, the ones you know.
Because what we are seeing, you see, this thing is not by telling us that Dangote is the richest African. We are talking about real thing, not donation here and there.
Okay.
We are talking about a man who, when he decides to bring money, you ask him to bring 200 billion, he will not get off from where he's sitting in one phone call. It's the same way when you talk about somebody like Chukwuma Soludo. After being the governor of Central Bank, made the contacts he has made, went into very serious businesses of mining in Congo. Tomorrow, some small boys who do clearing and forwarding will come and start challenging him that they are as rich as him. No, these are men who have institutional cash.
Okay. All right, let me quickly ask you, because of time, we are going to take this question one after the other. Are you supporting Soludo for second term?
I came back from America basically to support Soludo.
Why are you supporting Soludo?
Because I've always supported Soludo. In 2009, 2010, I was the chairman of Soludo campaign.
In PDP?
Yes. I was the chairman of Soludo campaign.
But you people lost that election.
We lost it, but Soludo rebounded and went up and won it. So for me, when PDP left me,
You left PDP or PDP left you?
PDP left me. There's no, I couldn't have left PDP. For everything in this world, I couldn't have left PDP. Listen, Tony. I am a very faithful and straightforward person in politics. I don't see what any political party can offer me that I've not seen in PDP.
Okay.
So I came back today. I am telling you.
From UX?
Yes, I'm telling you now. I came back to do Soludo.
Why?
Apuga, listen, Apuga is an adjunct. When Soludo wins in November 8th, and now convinces me why I will do Apuga, then I can.
So you belongs to no political party now? You are partyless?
For me to support Soludo, I had to belong to his political party.
That's Apuga.
Yes. But I tell you the way my mind works in politics. I am a committed person. I don't play hanky-panky. I don't belong to a party in the morning and in the evening I go to another one. No. I had to support Soludo whole and entire.
Now let me ask you.
Yes.
We have those who are contesting around him. You have Nicholas Okachuku. You also have George Mohalo. You also have John Nwosu. And you also have, I think, Sapol Chukuma of YPP. Looking at these contestants and candidates of this political party, do you see any of them matching Soludo based on pedigree, presidents, and performance level?
Listen, the people you mentioned are all very good men. Nicholas, fantastic entrepreneur, good businessman, a true son of Anambra. George Moalo, a vibrant public intellectual who understands politics and who has played it and got to play it. Paul Chukwuma, another good fellow. The only person I don't really know very well is John Nwosu. But from the stories I had, they're all very good people. But the fact is this, very simple. In every political season, in every political time, there emerges a man who is the man of the moment. Today in Anambra State, Chimaroke Namane will say, Shaharia.
Say Shaharia. So you are saying, say Shaharia Soludo. Are you impressed with the performance of Soludo so far in Anambra State?
I came back, I went round Anambra, and I said, for the first time in the history of our state, a first-time governor will run for an election based on his own performance. Peter did not run on his performance after his first term. Willie cannot run based on his performance. He couldn't even put Soludo into office based on his performance. But Soludo today is running election and beating his chest and telling people of Anambra, come and see what I have done, and I have seen it.
But there are so many people who are not happy with him. We're going to come back to that and then relate that to you, because he has distorted the entitlement structure in the state. There are those by now who believe that they're entitled to one thing or the other. It seems that he hasn't given it to them, and many of them have called a reason to say, no, we cannot support you. Let's take this moment. When we come back, we are going to open the phone lines. We still have in the studio with us Chief Barrister Okemwaro Ike Batete, the man who has seen it all, has been in politics for a very long time. We have been so much engaged by his narratives. But we'll be right back after the break.
Arise and shine, Anambra youths. Kekechi Kajeri, an employer of labor, a man that is closer to the masses. Kayetuyele Kekechi Kajeri, Governor Anambra State.
Ebe kanyike binyaka.
Eba, they say the boot. Vote Boot Party because of our tomorrow.
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
Your quality bread, Wendy's bread, for your family breakfast. Wendy's bread, Opa chicken they do yellow. Wendy's bread, Mama Papa they like Wendy's bread, that kitchen they can do. Wendy's bread, even children they like Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, get it better, tasty, we go sweet your belly. Wendy's bread, Wendy's your body. Wendy's bread, your tasty bread. You can contact us on our official address, Second Business Park, Enugu Road, GRA, beside Misha, Anambra State. We also have another branch at St. Michael Plaza at Tandy Road. Also contact us on 070-1149-1571. Wendy's bread, your tasty bread. Wendy's bread.
My people, I present to you the most preferred governorship candidate for Anambra State, John Chuma Mbosu of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. John Chuma Mbosu is ready to take Anambra State from insecurity to peace, from regression to progression. Vote John Chuma Mbosu. Vote ADC, African Democratic Congress.
ADC, ADC,
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
You're welcome back. It's still Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM on Nature. Remember, this program is the most listened political program in the sub-Saharan Africa, the most vibrant, and we have in the studio with us this very morning Barrister OK Moaro Ike Abatete. And one more question before we open the phone lines. You say that you are supporting Soludo because not just because of your friendship with him, that based on performance, he's the only governor, according to you, who is running for his second term based on performance. That you said that other governors before him could not run based on performance, but on the goodwill generally, because the party or the people wanted them to complete whatever they may wish to have done for them. Let me ask you, would you say the governor is doing well in the area of security?
The governor is doing well all around. You see, security is not a one-off thing. When you look at what the governor and the government is designing in terms of the security architecture of the state, we should be thinking of something that is sustainable. In our days, we did the Bakassi stuff. Mbadinuju inherited it, and then, it became an issue. At a certain stage, it became an albatross. That was when, after the initial euphoria of killing the thieves, at the end of the day, people were using Bakassi to settle scores. Today, what you see that is happening is that the Soludo administration are fighting the root cause of insecurity, which is the aggravated youth unemployment and the conversion of Anambra State into a criminal enterprise where robbers found home. I was a criminal law attorney, and I know for sure that no criminal will set up to go for any criminal operation without having a rendezvous from where he will take off and where he will return. The most dangerous thing for any robber is that after that operation, that he's still holding the instrument with which he did the thing, that is the gun or the machete in his hand. So what has happened in Anambra was that before now, a lot of forest in our place has been converted into criminal dens. So what you see Soludo doing now is trying to destroy the basis, because if there is no takeoff point, there is no criminality. So for me, I give kudos to Soludo for what he's doing now. The excesses of some of the paramilitary operatives, the Udogechi, the Akodo, and all these things, notwithstanding. But like we say in Igbo land, so some of the things that is happening now are necessary byproducts of trying to achieve sustainable security.
All right, let's open the phone lines at this point and then bring in our listeners across the world, even here in Nigeria, because we have those who are listening to us, who are following this program. Remember, please go to our social media handle. Please, I know many of you are watching the program on YouTube, and so many of you are watching the program on Facebook. You can drop your comments there. Be rest assured that I'm going to take those comments, because many people may not be able to get through the phone lines. 0803 221 6973 or 0803 827-6694. This is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. Remember, I'm still your honorable speaker, Tony Olisa Mbeki. Let's quickly go straight to the phone lines. Remember to make it snappy. You have a minute to make your submission. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Oh, so sorry about that. You have to do well to call back. Be rest assured that we are going to take off from that, and then I also play that Unigejili and Wayo. I know many of you are rushing and then would like to come in. Make it snappy. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Tony.
It's good to have you.
And good morning to our, I would call it a state man in Anambra State.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm Christopher from Asaba. So I'm from Anambra State as well.
Please go on.
Now, you have lived in US. And to common Nigerians, most of our politicians live outside there. We have come back now to assist through the next election. I want to ask you, what idea will you give him to make Anambra State a little bit attractive like the foreign country? That's my question.
Soludo is a man of ideas. In 2009-2010, we conceptualized what we call the African Dubai-Taiwan phenomenon. That is, to build a livable state that will be the pride of the black nation. You see, for me, I am not coming to the television or radio to start bandying what advice I will give to Soludo. I have already given. I have submitted memos. I have written them. And I can tell you, do yourself a good turn. Go and pick up the manifesto of Soludo, that what he said he's going to do. Go and pick up Soludo's inaugural address. You can now understand the strategic thrust of what Soludo wants to do in Anambra. I have no doubt in my mind that he has thought through a lot of things. And that is why you can see the projects the way they are coming, the roads the way they are coming. It's not just quantum, it is quality. One of the things.
All right. Well, let's quickly take many calls so that I would advise you note those things down, any of these comments. So maybe possibly I will try to help you to get some of these questions. And then let's go back to the phone line so that we can get as many questions as possible. Good morning. You are welcome. It's good to have you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
It's a wonderful morning to you, Honorable Speaker himself, Olisa Mbeki.
You're welcome.
Just the guest at the studio, okay, morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you so much. I just have some few questions for you to address. My name is Honorable Speaker and I'm calling from Onitsha.
You're welcome.
You know Anambra State history because I was listening with keen interest. I also want to find out from you. Because Senator Uche Boniface was alleging a lot of things against the First Lady. Did she at any time, the First Lady to be precise, work under Mbadinuju? That's number one question. Then number two, you just came back from US. And did you just come back to campaign for the governor incumbent, Professor Chukwuemeka Soludo? Or you have, after the election, are you going back? Because you're not, from your point, you're not residing in Anambra State. You just came back from the US. I don't know how many years or months you have been there. So after the election, are you going back there or are you staying here for the results? Because I just want to find out your basis of supporting him, trying to campaign for him. Thank you so much.
My brother, the first question, did Nonye Soludo work from Mbadinuju? This is mere figment of Uche's imagination. She did not. And I can tell you, at the very time when Mbadinuju was in power, Soludo was working abroad as a consultant to the World Bank and some international organization, and has his residence in London, where the wife lives with the kids. Nonye, as I know her, never for once worked for any government or worked for any individual, not to talk of working with Mbadinuju. I think that one is clearly off because I know that as a fact. Secondly, I don't really live in the US. I live in Ezimoko, Abaja, Abategete, in a dimly not local government area, which is my permanent home address. I have a guest house in Enugu, where sometimes when the village life becomes more hectic, I go to Enugu and chill out. I was in America for a good part of 2 years because I had very serious health challenge. So I had to escape and get myself treated. And after that treatment, I am back home. After the election, I'm still going to be back here. I am a trained attorney. I'm a lawyer. I still practice that profession, and I will do so till death do us part. By the way, I have come to the stage in my life where retirement beckons. I promised myself before now that at the age of 60, I start winding up practice and start doing those things that will make me feel more useful to my people at the local level. So now that I have passed that age, I am more at home. If you come to Abatete, there is a place called Ukwebu in Nkwabaja. You will see me there most evenings, sitting with my peers, discussing and looking for ways and means to help our people.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I have a lot of people calling. Good morning. You are welcome.
Very good morning to you, Dr. Olisa Mbeki.
You're welcome.
Chidi Chukuma joining you from work.
You're welcome.
And good morning to you, Barrister. Good morning. My own brother.
You're welcome.
Good morning,
Yes,
my brother.
thank you very much for coming to us. I must commend you for your impactful analysis this morning. Okay, it's my own brother.
Thank you.
And what you were saying about the governor is okay. Our governor, all of us are behind him, and he's trying. And our effort here is to support him to complete his 8 years, because what he's doing is very, very good, and he's doing well.
Thank you.
Very, very well.
Thank you.
And the Anambra State is growing. And all that he's doing is we are seeing it. It's just not to put on the word of mouth, to practically go everywhere. Development is going on.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go back to the phone lines because of time. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. All right, do well to call back. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. Good morning. Good morning, you're on. Are you there?
Hello, good morning. Hello, Udala.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Udala, are you hearing me?
We
Yes,
can
we are
hear
hearing you.
We are taking time to talk to us.
Udala,
Please go on.
are you hearing me?
We
Yes.
can hear you. Please go on. All right, it seems that he's not. Good morning, you're welcome. Let's take the next call because somebody's on the line. Good morning.
All right, thank you. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Chief John calling from Asaba.
Chief John calling from myself. Please go on. Just give us, do it within a minute.
All right, please. Before that, I want to ask a question.
All right, please go on with your question.
Yeah, please. I'm looking for your marketing line, sir.
All right, I think do well to give us a text message in any of our lines. Probably we're going to just take it. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on that. Thank you so much. Good morning.
All right.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good morning, the guests in the house.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome.
I'm again in the original. I'm calling from Olisa Mbeki to be precise.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Okay. I want to appreciate the speaker, the guests in the house, for the every way I just presented, chronicled the political stadia and this in Anambra State and Nigeria and beyond. So just to thank him as a compendium for what he just did. So I'm very much grateful. But I would like him to give advice to this so-called Christian something that is floating around now in terms of this person from this church, this person from this church, how it will be handled so that everything will be good according to how it is being willed. So that's what I'm saying. Looking at somebody who can just deliver for us to ask that very person.
All right, we got a point. Because of time, we have to let you go. Thank you so much. He will respond to that with time because you're saying that he should do something about the Christian association he talked about. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. You're welcome. Honorable Ignatius, you're welcome. Please go on.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome.
All right. All right, thank you so much. I think it's more like of a recommendation. We have to manage our time. Thank you so much. And then, good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Olisa Mbeki.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, the speaker, Barrister.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Dr. Son, let me tell you something.
What's your name? Let's begin with your name before you start telling me something.
Speaking from Onitsha.
You've called before as NWP worker. I will give you 30 seconds.
Very important, please. Important.
All right, please go on.
One, Dr. Tony, I know the man in the studio is a very strong man, he's a very strong politician. I have been in the bar when he came to talk about know your right at the season. That day he came to the Corolla. years back. Secondly, I want to.
Are you still there?
I want to make a request.
Please go on.
I would like this man to be doing program, this Crossfire with you every Saturday. You know something?
Okay, want him to be coming here every time.
Number 3, please. I need a copy of this narration we give today.
All right.
Can I get?
Please, if you go to YouTube, you will listen to everything. Just search Udala FM on YouTube. And you can also go to Facebook. You can search for Udala FM on Facebook. And this program, there will be a repeat broadcast by 2 a.m. midnight. There will be a repeat broadcast for those of you who would want to watch it. So we'll leave it at that. Let me come back to you, Ika Batete. There is a raging war between the deputy governorship candidate of APC and then probably the governor himself, your friend. And where Uche Ekwunife alleged quite a lot of things. In part of her allegation, she mentioned the wife of the governor, where she said that the wife worked under Mbanuju, and where you have refuted it, and then she went further to say some of the things we are not going to say here. Now, we want to know, because these things are raging, and people have got to know about it. As somebody who midwifed different administrations in Anambra State, who saw it all, one, I would want to find out from you, just as you have pointed out earlier on, was there any relationship, either work, political, between Mbanuju and the wife of the governor? That is one. And then secondly, was Uche Ekwunife into any relationship with Mbanuju? Because it was rumored that, man, woman thing, I don't know, but you can tell us much as you know. Please, can we have answer to that?
Well, I said it before, and I say it again. I am in the position to assert categorically that Mrs. Nonye Soludo never walked with Mbanuju, except maybe in the dreams or in Uche's fantasy world. Because Mbanuju was the governor of Anambra State for 4 years. And when we talk about things, we talk about with empirical facts and data. Where was Nonye Soludo and Charles Soludo at the time when Mbanuju was the governor of Anambra State? Charlie had just finished a term as a professor in Nsukka, as a professor of econometrics. He started with the World Bank and UNESCO and what have you. It was during this period that he built his house in Enugu, where we used to meet and congregate. And the family they are living in London. I've had the privilege of visiting them in their house somewhere in London area. Okay? So, there's no way Nonye would have walked from Mbanuju without our knowing. I can say that with every sense of seriousness, that she never did and never walked. And Uche knew that it was the truth. And she decided, because the underlying fact of this is that Uche had said, if any man should mention my name or try to malign me in any form, I will come after his wife, I'll come after his daughter, or any of the sisters. So, Uche is fighting the way she knows best. I cannot glorify banality by responding
To the second question.
to that question of whether Uche had anything with
Mbanuju.
Uche.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
I don't know, but Uche had an official relationship
With Mbanuju.
with Mbanuju as the governor's banker. When we were negotiating with Atiku Abubakar and the government then as to who will be the candidate, it was Uche Ekwunife who brought the 700 million that was demanded. He gave the money to Emeka. Emeka said, no, keep this money. I don't want to keep it. Keep this money and bring it at the appropriate time. Several things Uche did with Mbanuju, and that is their own private business. And you see, for me, I feel sad that in an election as serious as this one we are facing, we should be talking about who does what and who slept with what. I mean, it's crazy.
All right. Okay, I think we are gradually winding down, and somebody is begging that we should just take one more call. Let's quickly take some messages on the social media. We've got quite a number of them, and we promise that we are going to take these messages. Let's see if we can take these messages from social media. I'm just trying to get across to them so that we can do what we are supposed to do. All right. We have quite a number of them. Let me go and then take on them now. Okay, while we do that, while I'm trying to get it, I can also bring in somebody to see if... Good morning, you're welcome. Why I try to bring the social media post. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. Good morning, are you there? All right, sorry about that. We will do that in a minute now. Okay. All right, we have just... all right, we have this one coming from Tino Obiese. Good morning, Tony. I'm Tino, watching from Electrical International Market. Thank you so much, Tino. We appreciate that. Iruka Obase. Good morning, Tony. I'm watching you people live from board. Thank you so much. We also have this one, Chicken Yono Ike Abatete. Going back to the years of your memory is still intact. Right, President Ike there. Good morning, gentlemen in the studio. Dr. Olisa Mbeki and a competent barrister in the studio. I really enjoyed the analysis from Mr. Barrister, an eloquent speaker. You said quite a lot of things, commending things for him. We appreciate that. Mazimore Chekwadorum Osinachi. Truly, I have listened to the pure analysis of our dear guest today program. I'm totally pleased and I appreciate him so dearly. Ike Abatete is really a notable politician. I love how he made quite a lot of things clear concerning Mr. Saludo, even the wife, and Uche Kurife Kudoderono no Genine. Thank you so much. Quite a lot of messages from the social media. People enjoy the way you talked and the way you explained and analyzed quite a number of things. And somebody demanded that I should be bringing you here every Saturday. How possible is that? Sorry about that.
Tony, see, bringing me every Saturday will become monotonous. But
they don't even know that.
Yeah, but speaking the way I do, is that many people didn't realize that I started life as a broadcast journalist.
Okay.
Thanks to Elizabeth Okaro, who employed me in the then ABS or ECBS as it used to be, and eventually I ended up being a PRO Rangers Club and running football commentary for NTA and the rest of you. So I can speak.
And somebody said he spotted you at a bar pub when you came to do some programs, and then you were an orator.
Yes, I used to go and address the Sion and the Catholic Men organization during their retreat period. So I remember the episode they're talking about in the bar pub.
We are completely out of time. We have to go. All right, thank you so much, Chief Barrister Mo Aro Ike Abatete, for your time. We appreciate everything you told us here this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And for those of you who watched through our social media handles, we appreciate all of you. For those who listen, thank you so much. We're going to do this next week, Saturday. Remember, Crossfire remains the firebrand of political program in the entire Southeast. Thank you so much. My name is Tony Olisa Mbeki. You have a wonderful weekend.